just confirm.
Clayco.
Clayco.
Yeah, make sure, bro, mic'd up right, man. He got that soft spoken.
Oh yeah, that sounds good.
Mic check. Do one.
Yo, you hear me? We here.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah, and just make sure you guys are focusing on that camera, even though you guys are live. Let's just focus in on here.
Bet.
I am going to count you in from 5, okay? Once I do this, you can actually begin.
You locked in.
All right? Let's go.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Christopher Life Willers, and this is the Real Prison Talk, where we talk all things, well, let's just say that shit behind the wall. What else are we talking about, man?
Man, we talking about everything. What's going on, everybody? Just the Detroit.
Straight into it, man. Yeah. What's the title on the for the joint on the interview today?
Affiliations. That's what we talking about. You know how affiliations is. You know how it really is. You know, behind the wall than what they just putting out there and got you thinking. Totally different.
So we going in with affiliations. We talking about Clayco. We in Georgia. We in the A, where everybody wants to come. Couple things I want to speak to before we really get into the interview. One, my brother, unfortunately, he was behind not too long ago, but long enough. Thank God. Yeah. You know what I mean? But when he came home, he had some stories to tell. But also, man, I want everybody to know when we're up here, we're not just trying to entertain. We're trying to educate because there's some real things going down, and hopefully you learn through our lessons, our stories, so you don't got to go through it because people think it's a game. And before we get, I want to pause and do an educational moment. Let everybody know right now in the state of Georgia, right? They just approved a budget to build one prison, and it's $486 million worth of prison, one prison. And then they got Cop City, which is 88 acres of a cop training facility, right? So to all my young brothers,
man, that's crazy.
Because the way they're going to fill that prison is by, increasing police presence. And oh my God, they done figured out a way to just sneak them in there. So, hey, pay attention to that, but also lock into the story. Yeah, we about to get into it, man. I want to get into it. You said affiliations. I want to talk Clayco County first. Clayco County Jail. Let people know what the A really is. Before we get to the jail, for everybody that's running down here to Atlanta, trying to, I want to go to the A. They all excited. They get into the nightlife. They see the club. Like, tell them really what your viewpoint of Atlanta life is, etc.
I mean, honestly, not being down here, but being here over 10 years is different. It's not what you expect. You thinking, good times and stuff like that. But this is the type of place where somebody liable to take something from you without even touching you. You know what I'm saying? They can talk something right out of your pocket, out of your hand. So you really got to have, the smarts and be on your P's and Q's. But you have different parts. You have, Atlanta. Then you have the south of Atlanta, South Atlanta they call the south side. Not so much the Atlanta. You got Jonesboro, different cities out here and stuff like that. But they call it the south side. And the majority of it is Clayton County. And it's just like any other hood, but it's really bad when it comes to the police and stuff like that. They're doing things you wouldn't even imagine. And not being from the South, you're expecting a 72-hour thing. Up north, you have 72 hours before you even get or even see a county jail or anything like that to where you'd be in a precinct for 3 days. If you're guilty, able to make bond or whatever, a little ticket, whatever you got to handle.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah, out here, you're going right to the big house. It's different. You know what I'm saying? You might...
So if you ride through... For y'all to know, the Clayco is the south side.
Yes. Jonesboro, Morrow, Riverdale,
Forest Park.
Yeah, all that.
That's
Hampton.
Clayco pull up how many cop cars deep?
Oh man, you gonna have 2 on you just off a ticket.
They gonna run your
anything else is gonna listen. They having fun with you.
They gonna run your PTSD up. So I want to go straight into it because the reason I wanted you on the platform, I really wanted to talk about what's going on in the jail. Because me myself, I did 17 years in prison. But I've been home 5 years now. A lot has changed when it comes behind the wall. When I first got locked up, jail wasn't really nothing. I'm just being honest with you. Now, don't get me wrong. If you're in Chicago, 26 in California always went down. But if I'm gonna be real, there was levels to it.
Right.
Now, from what I'm hearing,
everything is everything.
Yeah, it feel like it because what we hearing, right? We hearing guys getting DUIs, never been to jail. They get sent into Clayco.
And you right there with somebody who just killed somebody and he back on the pill. In your cell right there.
That's your cell partner. Yeah. And now he got 4 homies with him. And they pushing up on you, and you got real life decisions to make. You've never been to jail before. Yep. Before, like what he just said, I don't know if really people paying attention to what he said. He said up north certain spots, before you even get to the jail, it's about 72 hours. Mm-hmm. Now it's straight, we in it.
Yeah, you going straight there.
So what I'm trying to understand is it true that jail is like prison now to you, and prison is like jail out here? Because that's one of the things I heard a couple days ago.
That's exactly what it is. See, 2019 is when I had got incarcerated, and jail was jail. The county was jail. You know what I'm saying? You was getting, meals, coming out at least 6 hours to 4 hours a day out of 24. That was the regular, So you had fights and you had levels. Mm-hmm. You had max security, medium security. You got protective custody. You got all that, and it's different. You know what I'm saying? That's how it was when I first got locked up. The pandemic hit. Officers stopped coming to work 2020. It was 23 and 1, if that. You might have, got a day or two that was just straight 24 hours, even feeding in a cell. But once, I was released 2021, it was just opening up. A new sheriff was just being there. I forgot his name, Levon, something like that. Excuse me. But I, been flying clean ever since. Last year, I had recently got locked up for a ticket. It was just a ticket, got paid while I was in there, but it violated my probation. And I had to sit and wait.
Pay your tickets.
Man, listen, pay them tickets if you're on probation. If you're on misdemeanor probation, you don't want to go through the hassle. No, they're not going to drag you in jail for it, you know what I'm saying? But if you're on felony probation for any sort, pay your tickets, because if you get a failure to appear at that court date that you didn't pay that ticket for, them arresting you while you driving or out with your family, you're going to still violate your probation just off that. It don't matter what the situation is. But they got to come find you, you violate it.
That's what happened to you?
Yes.
So unpaid ticket. You in Clayco.
In Clayco. Well,
tell somebody, walk through. I mean, I want somebody that's never been to jail to understand what that first hour is, what you feel, what you seeing when you walk into that jail.
It's before you walk into the jail, man. It's always the ride there.
Hell yeah.
It's always that ride there. Everything you see before you go into Clayton County, because Clayton County is different. They don't even, the windows is spray painted on the inside, so you can't even see what's going on. You just see if it's daylight, gloomy, or nighttime. You know what I'm saying? But Mr. Right there, you feel like, man, it's going to be a while before I get out. Even if you got out that same day for paying a ticket, it's going to be about 24 hours before you know what I'm saying, from getting in to you getting out. Even buying it out right then and there when you get out. You know what I mean? Get in there. You know what I'm saying? But the thought is, everything you finna have to go through, orientation, population, the type of people you finna be around, and knowing, well, back then, it was thinking like you were on a certain level, you know what I'm saying? Because I've always been a max security inmate, but knowing where you would go, see, being affiliated, it makes it more different. So if
talk about that, because you affiliated. Yeah. Is it different when you going into the jail, affiliated, non-affiliated, if they know about you? Because they know about you.
See, being a civilian going into jail, you're gonna have to think about, who you better be around, the type of people that's been there already, and they're hungry and they ready to see new people and what they can get from that new person. And you might be that person if you're not knowing what's going on and you ain't used to this type of activity, especially hanging in the streets. It's gonna be the worst time for you. You know what I'm saying? But being affiliated, it's an extra on it, because it's like, you still have to be going in and hoping that you not get put in where it's an area where different, organization, or you buy your type of organization. And even with that, to the young brothers that's in that, know that I just got locked up last month, right? I'm a 31, I'll be 32 next year. I'm 31 right now. Man, I just seen a grown man, probably my uncle age, getting beat to death for no reason by 5 affiliated members.
No reason.
No reason.
You know what he was in there for by any chance?
It was something like because he got out of there maybe that same day that this happened to him. He got in there at nighttime. By the daytime, 5 Bloods, of course, beat the crap out of him. But they was all smaller than me, and I'm kind of,
Right.
So I don't do too much. But, to my young brothers that's affiliated, if you don't want to get into that and risk catching another charge, because all 5 of them listen, man, these are the people that fighting RICO cases, and they're not going anywhere.
Because they giving out assault by mobs in the jail. Like,
yes, if you jump somebody with your brother, he can be your blood brother came out your mom. Just because they, try to pull a knife on you or something like that, and y'all just happen to beat them bad.
And them
That's another charge that you're going to have in there. You're not getting now off that little charge that you originally got locked up for. You've now caught a free world charge. And
plus some gang enhancements.
yeah, man, they're not playing with that, especially after Thug getting off. They really ain't about to play. But, being affiliated, you will actually have to get involved. Y'all, young brothers being affiliated, you have to get involved in it and risk catching another charge, you know what I'm saying? And if not, they going to eat on you. They're going to feel like the goods that they got, they sharing as an organization, you ain't a part of. And if you ain't a part of it, whatever you got need to be on their plate too. So that's just what it is, you know what I'm saying? Now going in there, jail, back then was jail to where the officers will be able to lock you down. You know what I'm saying? After your 2 hours out, 4 hours out, whatever. You're getting locked down afterwards, regardless if you want to or not, Or you go to the hole, get tased, whatever, assaulted.
What's the because this is what I was alluding, you kind of touched on it, but I really want people, I need people to understand, because as humans, if we don't fear nothing else, we fear getting hurt physically or losing our life. We don't want them things to happen.
Right.
I need people to understand, because what I was alluding to, penitentiary is a violent place.
Yes, it is.
Prison is a violent place.
I just seen a little young 19-year-old 3 days ago. He like, y'all gotta turn myself in and go do a year in prison tomorrow. I feel so bad for him, you know what I'm saying? This dude maybe was like 5'6", 5'7", maybe 130, 40 pounds. Little 19-year-old. Probably made the wrong mistake.
And about to take a ride.
Yeah, he nervous. He answer how it is, how it's gonna be, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm peeping out with his personality to see how it's gonna be for him. You know what I'm saying? But hey, listen, man. You think of prison as the worst, you know what I'm saying, place ever, and yes, it can get like that, and it's like that. But the jail is just like that now. It's like that now.
Because when you going into jail, where there used to be not real politics, now it's all political. We talking about, see, we just had an election and all that. Somebody just got voted in office, all that. But let me tell you, one of the most political places you'll ever touch is prison. Straight up.
Yeah.
Like, politics to me, it bugs me out. And I want to say this too. When you hear us talking up here, me up here, we're never telling nobody what to do. We just telling you what we've seen happen, what could happen. You know what I'm saying?
Being two men who was raised to be protectors. So it's never nothing, you know what I'm saying, versus fear. It's just being smart, you know what I'm saying? And when you know you got family and stuff like that, or people that care about you, that you care about, feelings create boundaries. You're going to start doing things, you know what I'm saying, just off that aspect of that child you got, that family member, that wife, that husband, whoever it is that you got in your life that you love. So that's just what that is.
And then what happens is, when we talk about the politics, what happens is you're in somebody's car and you don't know who anybody is. You get locked up. Now you're in a pod and somebody that you've never met is making decisions, pushing you different directions, and if you don't go there,
that's you. That's over.
You gonna get pushed back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wonder when the shift why do you think the jails are violent now like the prisons are? Why do you think there's no warm up or no difference between the two now?
Because the inmates started to get tired of it, and they know they can't fight the officers. So, you know what I'm saying, just like a neighborhood, you get tired of the environment, you know what I'm saying, and nobody doing nothing to it. The worst is going to be for the people staying in the environment, you know what I'm saying, from those people that's getting aggravated and tired, and you know what I'm saying. But a lot of the officers as well, you know, is getting entwined with it, you know, stuff like that, PO people.
Yeah.
You know, certain, you know, employees are getting that's been there with these same inmates for years, and they know they dealing with some money, they'll trust their word on, getting them to bring in something because they done seen they record, they see your store bag, receipts and everything,
Right.
they know who got some money in the jail, you know what I'm saying?
They looking at your books.
Yeah.
That's what they used to tell us straight up. They be
They'll
on the
cut
computer.
your books off. Yeah, like, man, we'll cut your books off right now. You won't be able to use the phone whoop, and they see your amount, your balance on there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I think like people need to know, one, jail's not a game. It's no different. The violence level went up. The same way you see violence going up out here.
The street is worse in there because on the street,
there's no hands in there.
There's no guns in there. There's all hands.
Straight steel.
Listen. And there's no hands either because it's steel, but being a man or a human, you would rather use a gun, to where it's distance, to where you can have cover or whatever, you can up first or whatever. Other than you and two people with just two knives and going completely at it. That at that moment, there's no coming back to where you can use your life or actually live from that choice. There's no coming back from that. You know what I'm saying? Even with a gun, you might be able to up and talk your way out of it or even defend yourself and get off first. You know what I'm saying? But with a knife, you don't know how this finna come. If they finna stab you more or you stab them more. You know what I'm saying? So.
And if you want to have bad dreams, just look up Georgia prison violence. Just Google that. And a bunch of videos. Because what's crazy too is everybody got phones. So, hey, there's viral moments, man.
Yeah.
I want to switch it up real quick. I want to do what I like to do is get some jewels to these younger cats.
Yeah.
Right? Individuals that's younger. A lot of times, I ain't gonna lie, when I was younger, I wasn't trying to hear shit. I'm just saying, that's me. That might not have been you.
I
was hard headed, but hopefully something we say gets through. Hopefully somebody pay attention. Him as well as I, somebody that's actually been behind the wall, lived certain circumstances, getting older now. Thank God.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm in the age, you younger than me.
Still blessing to be there. Where I'm from, you don't make it to C21.
That's it, man. A jewel I tell the youngins is there's no reset. It's not Call of Duty. Like, nobody's going to respawn you.
Yeah.
You out here trying to headshot each other at the bus stop like it's a game.
Man, once you in on that bed and you close your eyes, it's over with. You don't know if you're going to wake up or not. You don't know.
It's over with. And the thing that I'm seeing now, the violence level it's increasing in younger people.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think causing that?
Honestly, I mean, it's probably going to hurt feelings, but it's the parents that started a household. I was a kid that grew up without my father in Detroit, you know what I'm saying? So having that rush of finally smelling yourself, especially being a bigger child, you know what I'm saying? You want to do your own thing. You ain't going to listen to your mom. And if your dad ain't there to tell you, hey, sit down, I said no. She said no. I mean, you're going to do what you want to do. You know, this is what it is from female to a little boy, you know what I'm saying? But they, getting that frustration and not being able to have what they being shown on the internet and all that, and the music they listening to and stuff. And so it's more of a Grand Theft Auto lifestyle to them. And they don't know the outcome of it, you know what I'm saying, of being 19 and getting 20 years in prison. And what come with this, especially if you're affiliated like you is, you know what I'm saying, being 17, 16, 18.
They making whole, y'all, I promise you, there's a bunch of 17, 18, 19-year-olds that went to prison that's never going home.
I just seen one a few days ago, but when it first hit me, I was still in my bed. I hadn't found out I was getting ready to come home in about 8 months. But the guy I had first met when I first got locked up, his name was Anthony Thomas. We related because we had the same last name. And he was a cool young brother, about 18 years old. By the time he was 19 and I was going to come home, we had seen each other again after losing touch in the jail. You get into a fight, they moving you or somebody else. So moving around, I see him about a year later. He's like, man, they even gave me 20 years. He was only 19. I was so shocked at hearing it, bro. I'm like, nah, man, don't tell me that. You know what I'm saying?
I got 100.
But he was like, it's already in the books. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was like, man, like his mom out, you know what I'm saying, doing bad out, you know what I'm saying, trying to do her best. He ain't got no lawyer, public defender, and just got 20 years on the situation.
Over nothing.
Nobody even was hurt. You know what I'm
saying? Whatever y'all feel in the moment, I promise it's not worth it. Every time it never fails. A family reaches out. Young person, like you said, they don't have the money for the lawyer or they don't understand what's going on with the law.
Yeah.
You look up everybody I know, especially young people that's locked up. They got a co-D, and all of their co-defendants are people that they was cool with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then they go into prison. I call them living ghosts
Mm-hmm.
because you go away when you're 19. You don't come home till you 40.
Listen, I was just talking to my friend, and I was telling her, like, you know, that me having a daughter now, you know what I'm saying? My dad, he died, you know, when I was 1 year old, God rest his soul, but he had 2 sons. My big brother, I lost him at 19. By the time I first jumped out, you know, the time I was out, you know, as a man in the streets in the city of Detroit, I lost my big brother, the only one that probably could tell me, "Nah, you ain't doing that. Go to work, get a job, you know, get home. You need to be in the house." The one that could put his hands on me even if I didn't want to listen. I lost him. He got 42 years in prison. He don't get out to 2045 right now.
That's what I'm saying.
And he still been trying to come up on appeal, and he been down in over 10 years. You know what I'm saying? So knowing that you're alive but you're not living, man, it will cause you to kill yourself in there.
You in a casket.
Yes.
You in a
casket. Just keep getting water drained on it, and a little sprinkle of some crumbs. Like, that's it.
And I'm getting ready to drop this piece where I'm asking brother, and if anybody sees this, message me or whatever. I'm asking brothers and sisters that's behind the wall. I know y'all got cell phones now.
Yeah, man.
I want to picture y'all now. If you've done 20 years, 10 years, 15 years, I want to picture when you went in. Because I'm getting ready to do this piece called Before and After. And in the middle is prison. You know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of people I know, ain't no after.
Yeah, ain't no after.
You know what I'm saying? There's individuals that's never coming home. You go viral for a moment, right? And then you not viral no more.
Yeah.
And not only that, you behind the wall, you stuck in a bathroom with another guy.
Yep.
And that's your life. And you know what bugs me out? I can't stand how people make content and they try to water down prison like that shit.
Yeah, like it's not, you know, especially when it's the ones that been there. You're not gonna tell them people that, man, you liable to listen, man. I just seen the worst thing. Like I said, my last time going was last year. I got locked up for a ticket, paid the ticket, and I had to sit a month for the probation, you know what I'm saying, to be reinstated. You go in front of the judge and seeing what you got locked up for. Oh, it's just a ticket, reinstate them, then I'm out. But you have to go in front of the judge, even if you pay the ticket out. Man, I was in there, and the doors don't lock. Like, we can just leave out the room, you know? The doors don't lock.
That's not good.
Somebody can come in there right now with a sharped up screw and stick you.
While you sleep.
I immediately had to get me a shank, you know what I'm saying? I was put in a position to where was put in a pod where it was nothing with Crips, you know what I'm saying? But I knew one of the main ones, you know, because being an inmate worker years back, and he always been in a hole. He's been in there since then.
Treat people good with respect.
Come back on you. What you give, you
treat people with respect, man.
They put me in a pod. I'm the only blood. It's all Crips up there, you know what I'm saying? I know one of them, you know, I'm selling stuff because I snuck back there with some clothing, and they liked it was blue. It was actually some Champion shorts. Sold it to them for $50, so I had some money while I was there for, you know, plus what I had on the books. We did business. At the week of being up there, you know, the only blood really. And they went to court, and you know, when you going through the RICO situation, you go in cuffs, man. They got you in cuffs, so people that might just got a regular little court stuff that's going to court, which you can really beat on you because you like this is over with. But I guess they got spit on by some bloods in court, and they tried to take it out on me. And if it wasn't for me, you know what I'm saying, having the blade I had, and you know what I'm saying,
the respect.
Yeah, not just the respect, because they could have went full at me. What happened was they knew. That's
how I seen that.
They knew a captain was coming. Mm-hmm. Well, originally I was in the shower. They went in there. They're supposed to it being a pod, supposed to jump me. My little GD put me hip about what was going on. When I got out the shower, they had already left out. So as I'm in the room, they push up like, "Hey man, we heard you was trying to leave. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gotta leave. You good? Whoop." You know what I'm saying? I told them like, "Hey man, tell them just chill or I'm leaving." They're like, "No, you good." But when they leave out, it's a leave out like I'm coming back. You know what I'm saying? Only you would have to, been through that situation. You know what I'm
I already know what I be
that
feeling.
fast walk out. Yeah. You know somebody coming back. And plus they knew the lieutenant was coming. So in that time I was able to get up out of there. But it was one of the situations, man. My roommate, he do seizures now. I've never really seen it up close until I was just in there a year ago. But he didn't have seizures before he got there. He ended up getting stabbed a few times, all in his head and his back and stuff. He was showing me everything. It was crazy. But the doors is open. Anybody can just come in there and get your shit. You go to the store, I did have a situation like that. I was with some GDs and some other dude was just playing tough. I don't know if he was playing or not. But they went in there and took his stuff. And of course, me being affiliated and then it's politics, I'm right there with him just for the muscle. I don't want nothing, you know what I'm saying? But this is what I got to do because y'all know who you know what I'm saying, who I'm running with, you feel me? And I gotta be a stand up for my whip, you know what I'm saying? So it's all politics. You have to do certain things even if you don't want to sometimes. Yeah, man.
And on that note, that must have been the chime time right there. That must have been but we can edit all that out. But what I want to ask you before we go, I want to, and just so you can edit this at the end, so I'm going to ask him one last question. And then I want to do the intro again.
Okay.
All right.
And then that's it.
Okay.
And then you can figure out, because that was ugly in the beginning.
Gotcha.
But this is great for the first one.
Oh, yeah.
But, so, before we bring this one to a wrap, this first one, man, we talked a little bit about Clayco. We talked about affiliation. We talked about no reset. We talked about politics. And on that, I want to say this, too, because you was talking about the cell doors that didn't lock.
Mm-hmm.
Our cell door, I remember I was on level 4. You can yank them open. Boom.
Yeah, you used to be able to do that. That's when they was locking.
Yeah.
You make them open.
So we used to have to take toothbrushes and stick them in the door so they would be stuck, and put a mirror in the corner of the cell. So if we had fell asleep and our back was turned up, if it got pulled open, we could look. At least it gave us a chance, you know. But it's crazy how that was 20 years ago.
Yeah.
That's 20 years.
That's crazy in prison.
Yeah. And
living like that right now.
That's crazy. So yeah, I'm glad you brought that up. I want to ask you this message or whatever. You know what I'm saying? This is your opportunity, man. Say what you gotta say. Say what you need to say.
I'm gonna give a message to the youth, man, young youth. Parents, man, stay in your kids' life, no matter how old they is. Young brothers and sisters, man, listen, it's different, man. Don't do that. You know, if it come down to it, you know what I'm saying. Make the right choice. You know what I'm saying? Because these young boys don't really care about y'all females when y'all get locked up. They just hoping y'all not snitching. And y'all young brothers, they don't care about, you know, y'all family, y'all mama loving y'all, how good and how many grades y'all was getting. They gonna give you them numbers, you know what I'm saying, just for getting caught with it, you know what I'm saying, your first time too. So I definitely, you know what I'm saying, keep that in mind. Jail ain't what you see on TV or how they make it seem. Like, people are dying, kids are getting actually physically hurt and dying as well.
Thanks, man. That's it, man. That's it. That's all. We're gonna cut it right there. That was perfect. I'm gonna do the intro.
Hold on 1 second. We're gonna keep.
Cause I kind of we want to cut it at the end when he say that last jump. Or should I say one more little thing like, yo, I appreciate y'all. Don't forget to. Actually, I want to say that in the beginning.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna do with the intro.
Yeah, man, that should be serious though, man.
Man, that shit is fucked up.
It's crazy out there.
And people don't know.
I mean, I'll tell you that story. Them Bloods beat that grown man up. They beat him up. He tried to run to the door in front of the officer, and they dragged him back from the front door through the pod into the cell, closed the cell, beat him again, came out the cell, closed it, and just left him in there. Later on that night, he was able to get out and get on the phone, made a call. By that morning, Buddy was out of here. I don't know what he told them folks. He probably told them.
He told them what he needed to tell them. Shit, I would have got up out of there too.
They got him out of there by the morning. He was gone.
Yeah, man.
Didn't see him.
April, just let me know what I can do. And then,
I'm saving this first.
Okay.
Just that episode real quick. I'm gonna pause this timer. You're not even gonna miss it.
No. Because I got to stretch for it. Yeah.
All right. All right. I'm about to count you in.
Yeah. What's going on, y'all? It's Christopher Life Willers, and this is The Real Prison Talk. And today I'm here with my brother.
Detroit, man, what's going on?
Y'all know what it is. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, because it's about to go down. We just getting started, man. Let's go. The Real Prison Talk.
Here.
Boom. Thank you. Oh. We over here working.
Here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That right. It gets tricky. It gets tricky. That's a bean. But just move that guitar if you sit, or you can snap. You want one of these chairs?
Nah, I probably don't sit right there. I really need to
No,
stretch
we can
my legs
actually.
for a
I
little
know
bit.
we could actually. That one right there, you could probably put down.
Nah, y'all good. Y'all good. I appreciate it. Listen, cause I'm a nicotine smoker, so
He finna go step out there.